Hello. So today we are going to focus on giving advice and giving suggestions. The basic meaning of advice and suggestion is about the same, but they have a kind of different feeling or a different idea, a little bit different. And I would say that the difference is a suggestion is giving someone else an idea about something in a very relaxed way. You could do this or not, just my opinion. And advice seems a little bit more strong. Advice usually is when you give someone very clear help about what to do. So they're kind of the same, but in a way they're a little bit different. The feeling is different. So we're going to practice giving advice and suggestions and asking for advice and suggestions. So let's just start with suggestions. We will start by talking about different kinds of suggestions. First, how do you ask for a suggestion? If you want to do something and you don't know what you want, you know the general thing that you want, but you don't know specifically what you want, then you ask for a suggestion. And sometimes you can just ask directly by using suggestion. So you can say, can you give me a suggestion? Or, as a verb, can you suggest? So this is very common, for example, when you're going out to eat or you're at dinner with someone. And you don't know what you want, but maybe you know the kind of thing you would like to have at dinner. So for example, there are 3 different kinds of fish on the menu, and you know you want one of the fish, but you don't know which one will be the most delicious. So you look at the menu, you look at the 3 fish, and then you ask the waiter, "Excuse me, could you suggest one of these fish to me?" And if you suggest one of these fish to me, it means you will tell me which one you think is best. In this case, you can also use recommend. Recommend also means you give someone help about something. So here's another way you could say that. Could you give me a recommendation about which fish is best? Or you could say, which fish is the most popular here? You don't have to say recommendation or suggestion. You could say, which fish is the most popular here? Or what is the most popular fish here? Or which is your favorite? Sometimes I ask the waiter, what fish is your favorite? Or which of these, if you have several choices and you want to choose one, you say of these. Which of these is your favorite? Or which of these is best? Or which of these is most delicious? Which of these would you recommend? Which of these would you suggest? All of those are okay and normal ways to ask for suggestions at a restaurant. Okay, let's talk about different kinds of recommendations and different kinds of suggestions. I'm going to use an example of going on a vacation. That means going on a trip, traveling somewhere, but for fun. Vacation suggests that you're doing it because you want to enjoy yourself. There are many different kinds of travel, right? You can travel for business, you can visit family, you can maybe travel to, I don't know, do some certain thing and then go back. But a vacation suggests that it's for fun. Okay, so you want to go on vacation, but you don't know where you want to go. Maybe you have some ideas about where, but you're not sure. And so you want to ask somebody for a suggestion or a recommendation about where to go on vacation. So there are different ways to do that, and I will give you a couple of examples. I want to go on vacation, but I can't decide where to go. Any ideas? If you say any ideas, It's a question. You have to say it as a question. You can also say, do you have any ideas? Or you can just use your tone, a question tone. Any ideas? Now, this means, do you have any thoughts? Do you have any suggestions about where I should go? Now they can give me a suggestion. Here's another way to ask this. I'm trying to think of places to go for vacation. Now, I didn't ask any questions. I didn't ask for anything. I just said, I'm trying to think of places to go. But if I say this to someone, that suggests that I want them to give me a suggestion. Sometimes you don't need to ask questions to get a suggestion. Sometimes you can just say what your situation is. So if you say, I'm trying to think of some place to go, and you say it to somebody, that means basically, give me suggestions, although you didn't ask. So in this situation, most people will say, oh, you should, or you can, and then give you a suggestion, even though I didn't ask any questions. So sometimes you ask for something, but you don't ask a question. Just say what your situation is. In the first example I gave, you could do the same thing. I want to go on vacation, but I can't decide where to go. If I just say this, the other person will probably start giving me suggestions, even if I don't say any ideas, because it would be strange if they just sat there and didn't say anything. In most situations, the other person will begin to give some suggestions. Okay, here's another way to say that. Where would you go if you were me? Where would you go if you were me? The important word in this situation is would and if. Of course, you are not me. And so because you cannot be me, you must use would. Would means it is not real. You can't use will or are, because those things, those two words suggest that it is true. That is true. You are me. You can't be me. So it has to be would. Would means you just imagine. Imagine you are me. Imagine you are me. What would you do? Not will, but would. Okay? So, where would you go if you were me? Or, sometimes, not very common, in my shoes. In my shoes. That means in my situation. Okay. I'm on the fence about where to go on vacation. I'm on the fence about where to go on vacation. On the fence means I am not sure, but I have 2 ideas or 3 ideas. A fence is something that is long and stands up between 2 things. And if you walk on that, you need to balance. It's very difficult to stand on the fence and walk along that. You have to balance on that. So if you say I'm on the fence, it means this is good and this is good and this is good. Both are good. I can't decide what to do. Or both are bad. I don't want to do either. Okay, so I'm on the fence means I can't decide. And then you can say what you're thinking about. On one hand, Miami seems like a good place to go because it's warm and beautiful. On the other hand, I've never been to New York before. So maybe I could go there. So I have 2 places, on one hand, on the other. I am on the fence about this. Okay. I have no clue where to go on vacation. I'm thinking about Miami or maybe New York. So if I have no clue about something, it means I really don't know what to choose. I really can't decide what to choose. I have no clue, no idea. I can't decide. I'm thinking about means these are my ideas, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking about Miami or New York. Okay. Now, we can go to giving these suggestions or giving these recommendations. Here we go. If I were you, now again, remember, I were, if I were, not if I am, because it's not real. If I were you, I would, again, because it's not real, I would go to Miami. It's sunny and warm. If I were you, I would go to Miami. It's sunny and warm. Or, I would go to Miami if I were you. it's sunny and warm. You could go to Miami. So this is a very relaxed suggestion to say you could, more relaxed. If you say you should, it's not very relaxed. You should is stronger. It's like must. So you could is better in this situation. Or you can say somebody else's experience. My friend just got back from Miami. She said the beaches are great and the people are friendly. So somebody else had this experience, and I am telling you their experience, and that is a suggestion. They had a good experience, so maybe you will too. So you can begin by saying, my friend just went to Miami, or I just traveled to, and then explain it. So you don't always have to say you could, or you should, or you can. You could ask a question. Why not go to Seattle? Why not go to Seattle? So that's the same as saying, you could go to Seattle, but it's just the form of a question. Why not go to Seattle? The temperature is cool, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Okay, you could ask another question. First, maybe you want to know something about the person. Have you ever been to New York? Have you ever been to New York? Yes or no? If no, then you can suggest it. Have you ever been to New York? No, I haven't. Well, you should go there. It's a great city. So first ask the question, and then if they say no, you can suggest it. All right. Here are some more general suggestions. I want to be more healthy. Now you can give stronger suggestions or stronger advice. When you give stronger advice, you can say things like you should. For example, I want to be more healthy. You should really stop smoking. It's bad for you and it makes your breath smell bad. But quitting is really hard. I can't just stop cold turkey. Quitting is really hard. I can't just stop cold turkey. Cold turkey is it's a way to say stop doing something suddenly. I don't know why. It's just a common phrase or expression that means suddenly stop. So if you smoke and you suddenly stop, you quit cold turkey. You can just quit cold turkey. So quitting is hard. I can't just stop cold turkey. So that means it's hard to just stop. Now you can give an expression or say that you understand that. I know it's hard. So you sympathize with them. That's what that's called. You show that you understand their feeling. I know it's hard. You could try nicotine patches. Nicotine patches are small stickers that you put maybe on your arm, and they help you to quit more easily. You don't have to smoke. You just put it on your arm. You could try nicotine patches. You put them on your arms, and then you don't want to smoke. So that's another kind of advice. That's also a suggestion, but it's a little bit stronger. So we could call that advice. All right. Here's another general one. Another general one. I don't have time to clean my house because I'm so busy. I have so many things on my plate. Things on my plate. That means very busy. Why don't you just get a maid? So again, asking a question is a good way to give advice. I'm trying to lose weight, but it isn't working. If something is not working, that means you're doing something, but it has no effect. It doesn't do anything. Now I can give my experience to help you. I was on a fruit diet for 2 weeks, and I lost 10 kilos. I was on a fruit diet, so I just give my experience as advice to you. Maybe give that a try. Maybe give that a try. So just suggest it. Maybe give that a try. Okay, now you try that. You try the fruit diet. That means you eat only fruit. The diet didn't work. Any other ideas? Any other ideas? That means I need more. If you're really serious about it, this is my advice. If you're really serious about it, you need to get a gym membership. That means you pay a gym every month. You need to get a gym membership and work out every day. Workout means you run or you lift weights. That's a workout or working out. Working out means you go to the gym and you do exercise. That's what workout means. So if that doesn't work, So sometimes when you give advice, you say, do this. And then if that does not work, do this. And if that does not work, do this. So you can give several different kinds of advice at the same time. Okay, you need to get a gym membership and work out every day. If that doesn't work, go on a very strict diet. Strict diet. That means a special diet. And you can only eat this and this and this. If you still haven't lost weight, so if that doesn't work, if you still haven't lost weight, after a month, maybe you should just give up. Give up means you quit. I'm joking. That's just a joke example. But the point is, when you give this kind of advice, you use if. Try this. If that doesn't work, try this. If that doesn't work, try this. You can give 3 different kinds of advice together. Okay? One more. I'm looking for an apartment downtown. Downtown means in the center of the city. But I don't want to pay too much. Any ideas? Again, remember, any ideas is a way to ask for advice or suggestions. Okay, now I ask you what you did do or did not do. And that's a good way to give better advice. If I just give some advice, say something, but I don't know what your situation is really, that's not very good advice, right? So first, maybe I need to ask what you tried, and then I can give more clear advice. So, have you tried looking online? Have you tried looking online? First, I ask you what you did. Yes, of course I have. Okay, now I can give you better advice. If I just say, oh, you just need to look online, you will say, oh, I did that already. That's not very good advice. First, you need to ask, have you tried looking online? Yes, of course I have. In that case, so based on your answer, I give you advice, and that shows you that I'm listening to you, that I actually want to give you some real help. In that case, means because you said, yes, you tried that, I'm going to give you another kind of advice. In that case, go to an agent. An agent is somebody who can help you find a place. It's a business. An agent is a person who knows many different places to live in this area, and they will find them for you, and you pay them some money. In that case, go to an agent. My friend found her apartment through an agent. So again, remember, sometimes when you're giving advice, you can tell other people's experience. My friend found an apartment or a place to live through an agent. She said it wasn't too expensive, and she found a great place. So, giving experience of yourself and others is often the best way to give advice. Remember, saying you could, you should, you can is one way only. That's one way to give suggestions and advice, but it's not the only. Okay, sometimes if do this, if not do this. Sometimes give advice from other people's experience. Okay, so practice these different ways of giving advice, and I'm going to give you a couple of questions to answer, and I want you to give me 2 suggestions. 1, what is a great gift to buy for my mom for her birthday? So now I want you to think of a suggestion of a gift to buy for my mom for her birthday, just for example, and send it to me, just for practice. Another one, and this is not true, I'm sad every day, and I don't know why. Okay, so I want you to give me some general advice to help me, okay? Give me these 2 suggestions. You can send them to me on WeChat, and I can check them for you. Also practice these other ways of giving advice, and I will see you next time.